That's what I did, and the trust does various things, but one of the things it does is it sends people like me round to talk to people like you about emotional health. So, I've got a question for you. Oh, internet, which one's Barney? Can you tell? Go on, hazard a guess. Don't feel awkward about it. Anybody? Yeah?
The one on the far right.
One on the far right? No, that's my hippie, Dom. And he is a hippie, but fair guess. No, I mean the point is that actually, by looking at somebody, it's damn difficult to tell who may or may not be struggling. Because all of them were entirely normal. This is Barney, here. Quite good looking, cool taste in music, cool taste in clothes, very, very popular. But he became emotionally very unwell and made that awful decision. So, I'm going to ask you this question to start with, and I'm going to put up 7 skills, and I'd like you to ask yourself how you score on each one, okay? You won't have to say anything, don't worry, it's all in here. And when you're going through them, give yourself 1 mark if you say, yeah, I can do that completely, I'm very confident of that. Give yourself half a mark if you go, yeah, pretty good, but not that good. And don't give yourself a mark if you say, actually, I'm really rather useless at that. Okay, so here we go. What is mental health? Help you to develop psychologically, emotionally, intellectually and spiritually. Can you do that pretty well, sort of, or not? To initiate, develop and sustain mutually satisfying personal relationships. Yeah? To use and enjoy solitude. If you get time to yourself, are you there just to think and to be? Or do you get straight onto Facebook? To be aware of others and empathise with them. How much can you walk in the shoes of other people? Even, possibly, a member of staff who finds it difficult to keep control or is having a tough time. Can you feel what it's like to be her or him? Are you aware of right and wrong? Doesn't mean to say always doing what's right. But actually, when you decide to do something that is wrong, are you aware of the fact? We all do things that are wrong from time to time, but are we aware of the fact? How good are you at coping with problems and setbacks? Selective school, very bright, very aspirational. How good are you if you don't achieve all that you hope to achieve? How will you cope? And finally, are you any good at learning from experience? Now, I don't know what score you've got on that. I got 5.5. And I reckon that makes my mental health sort of okay-ish. How many do you get? More to the point, if you think of a friend who you think is perhaps struggling a bit, how do they score on that? 1 in 10 of you in here, so at least 3 of you, today, right now, are suffering from a diagnosable mental health disorder. Fact. But most, if they're acknowledged and recognised, will be temporary, transitory, and so treatable. We all sit on this line here. We're all on this line. If you're lucky, is this the first day back after half term? Okay, so wind that's clocked back a week, and you may have been somewhere over here. Life was damn good. Parties, sleep, chilling out, shopping. If you know, perhaps that would be, for me, that would be down here. But basically, this is a place where you feel really good. You feel calm, you feel in control, you feel that even if life deals you up some bad stuff, you're going to be able to deal with it, because you're okay. Further down here, so perhaps today, first day back after half term, perhaps life isn't quite so good and you feel a little bit fragile possibly, but you probably don't feel as if you were down at this end, where life is frankly pretty black, pretty full of despair and no hope. It's an area where perhaps you can't see your way up or out or through. It's a place where I think that my Barney was in the last few days of his life. But all of us are on that line, and all of us travel up and down it. Where are you on this line? Where are you facing? You might be down here, but are you facing in that direction? And if you're up here, are you actually facing in that direction? Where are you? And I would say, when I talk to your staff here, I said to them, I picked somebody out and I said, so what's your main job? I'm a geography teacher. Well, I teach French. And I said, no, your main job as a teacher or as a parent or as a friend is to look at the people around you who you care for and identify where they are on that line, and to identify anybody that's facing down that direction. And if you see anybody like that, your job as a teacher, friend, or parent is to turn them round and nudge them back up to this end. If you are here, anywhere down there, the chances are that your cognition, your ability to think, to concentrate, will be reduced by 30%. Massive. If you put that into A-level grades, or do you do A-levels or pre-U or whatever you do, that is a lot. So not only is it important to have one's friends and one's pupils and one's children and one's parents happy, because that's good, it's also important in terms of attainment and academics, that actually people feel good, because then they can focus and concentrate.